What's going on? It's your boy Blunderbuss over here at Established in 8-Bit. Back at you with another video. My apologies for the lengthy delay. We know we got 4 uniforms and a giant boss raid in the form of Dormammu coming. So that's cool. We also got World Boss Legend Improved Rewards, a tier 4 for Iron Man. He will be the first, and a tier 3 for Blade, and an awakened skill. They don't mention it here, but they do later on in the patch notes for Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes. Let's go on and get into it. It looks like they added a little chain hit damage to Iron Man's uniform, so that's great. He retains the 200% proc when under 30%, so that's also great. He gets some ignore defense and some super armor, some invincibility. The damage accumulation on the tier 3 4-star passive looks to be the same, as well as the tier 2 passive. Maybe some increases on some numbers there. They gave him a channeling skill on the 3 with a 100% chance for immunity and a 40% attack buff. So that's what's up. He's got 35% HP recovery on the 4, so it looks like they may have buffed that a little bit also. Still has the defense down there. And he's got the frenzy buff on the 5 with some burn, some shock, some more burn, and some decent cooldown time. Still looks to be proc friendly. Moving right along, the Widow. They gave her 7 seconds of debuff removal, a 10-second cooldown, and 35% penetration for 7 seconds, and all defense buff. So that's pretty cool, and it activates when dodging. She's got the dodge rate increase and 40% physical attack with some dodge rate on the 4-star passive, 30-35 dodge rate crit rate buff. Got some shock on the 1, some stun and paralysis on the 2. It's got some ignore iframe on the 3, so she may be viable for PvP still, but I don't see the invisibility, so it doesn't look like she's gonna retain the invisibility from the white suit. So that's gonna make her a lot more vulnerable in a PvP type setting. So we'll just have to see how she shakes out. She does get a 30% heal on the 5 on a 16-second cooldown, so she'll be able to proc that every rotation. So that's pretty cool, and her cooldown times look to be in line with the damage proc. The Ghost Rider looks like they're going the support route. They gave him some chain hit of 10%, 60-70, but it only applies to himself. But then he also has the Hellfire Charge applies to flame allies, 60% fire resist. That's going to be useful against null, 80% chance to become immune to fire damage. Also useful against null, and increased fire damage of 30%. We got a lot of fire type characters in the game, so he's going to apply to a lot of them. Let's see, he's get some dodge rate increase of 30%, crit rate by 35%, so it looks like they flipped his and Black Widow's, because she's got 35-30, he's got 30-35. Let's see, it's got some burn, some stun, some more burn, 6-hit guard, 30-30, all speed, 10% frenzy buff, and he's got some iframe ignore on the 4. It's got a heal on the 4, it's got penetration on the 4, and penetration for fire immunity on the 4. It's got a frenzy buff again on the 5, and remove active buff from targets, and all defense down with some burn on the 5. The cooldowns seem a little long for a damage proc, so you may wind up being a rage character, because you really have to stretch his procs out. If not, you're going to be doing a lot of running around. Let's see, moving on to Blade. Increase of HP, some chain hit of 25%. That's pretty huge. And some damage decrease by 30%. So between the damage decrease and the increase of HP, he's going to be tanky. They also changed his leadership, thank God. And it applies to Weapon Master allies and increase all attack by 60%. So that with the chain hit is going to be huge for him. And then they also changed this to when bleed skill is used. Removes all debuff for 5 seconds. On a 12-second cooldown, I'd like that to be about 8 or 9 seconds. Just so it'll be more viable in a PvP type setting. And then he recovers HP equal to 10% damage dealt. So that looks to be the same. And they increased the frenzy buff on it a little bit. So the frenzy buff is nice. And the fact that it's when the bleed skill is used is nice. I don't like the timing on the debuff removal. And I'm still not feeling this heal. But we never really got a chance to see it in action that much. So we'll just have to wait and see how that shakes out. Ignore target's dodge rate by 30%, some skill damage, bonus damage. He's got some bleed, some more bleed. So he's going to be able to proc this thing pretty quick with a 7 and a 9-second cooldown. Now he's going to be able to keep that thing up as long as the cooldown time is, the cooldown time on this is longer, you know what I mean? And he's got 70% chance to miss. He's got the burn on the 3. He's got super armor. He retained that with the 50% basic damage decrease, so he can decrease his defense by up to 80%. That is huge. He's going to be a tank. And he can keep this thing up almost all the time. 100% chance for damage immunity, so the damage immunity should cover him for the gap. Does he? Yeah, and he still has a 3 seconds of invincibility. So between those two, and depending on how that heal shakes out, he's going to be really tanky. Increase all basic attacks by 20%, so there's some more attacks. So that attack is up to 80% now with the 60% base from the lead, and then the 20% there. And does he have any other frenzy buffs? And he's got some damage accumulation on the 4. Ooh, that's going to be nasty with the chain hit. And the invincibility, and this has to be a typo, they got burn with burn. Maybe this is another, maybe it's supposed to be burn with bleed, maybe. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, this is definitely bleed because it removes elasticity. And bleed always carries that removes elasticity tag on it. So that's definitely another bleed effect. And then he's got bleed down here on the 5. So he's going to be able to proc that thing whenever he wants. Silence for 2 seconds. And 20% heal. Okay, so he's got 2 heals. That's what's up. He's got the decrease all. Yeah, this is what I was. So he's got the all defense down and the 100% crit damage. And okay, well, hang on. Let me go back right quick. This is what I was hoping for, is if they were going to keep this thing with all of this damage dealt to target, HP heal, half second, left foot red, right foot green heal. They got shit going on right here. If they were gonna keep that, then shout out to Twister. If they were gonna keep that, then yeah, keep it and then give him another heal and make it to where this thing isn't so much relying on an effect that'll never happen, right? So they did that. So kudos to the dev team. And then he's got a 100% chance to increase critical damage by 50%. So he can. This is the Namor thing, where they can increase their crit by past the cap. So that's huge with the damage accumulation and the chain hit with 2 heals, a frenzy buff, some debuff removal, some invincibility, some super armor, and he's gonna be a beast. He might be a beast. What's on the tier 3? So you got some burn, some bleed. There's some more bleed, and that's a chance for that passive to proc. 50% chance to penetrate. Yeah, so he's got a 50% chance to. So that's the only thing he really doesn't have in his kit is iframe, ignoring penetration. He's got a 50% chance to penetrate everything for 9 seconds. He's got the 5 seconds of invincibility and another frenzy buff, 40% attack, 10% defense, 10% speed. So really offensive frenzy buff. Damage proc, 70%. So pretty straightforward tier 3 skill. Let's check out the animation. I'll wait for this thing to roll around again. Oh, that's sick though. The pose. Oh, I gotta see that again. He turn around and stab him and pull out some. He pull out some guns. Oh, that's nasty. That's nasty. And he shoots in every direction. That's nasty. Yeah, I'm gonna be tier 3 in this dude. No question. And it's gonna look even sicker in that uniform. No question. Potential awakening transcendence for Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes, Nadia Van Damme, Sam Alexander through the June update. So it looks like Nadia Van Damme, Ghost Rider, and Nova, Baby Nova, are getting the Awaken skill. And it looks like they gave him the increased crit past the cap buff by 20%. And then they gave her a damage proc and they gave him a damage proc of 50%. So that was the difference between the skills. They're pretty standard otherwise. So tier 4 Iron Man. Let's go ahead and run through this as quick as we can. Let's see. He's got a 25. Creates a shield of 2500 shield upon attack, upon a successful attack. So this thing has a chance to miss, which can regenerate up to 75% of max HP for 10 seconds. So the shield can also heal you. Increase attack by 1% for every 1% of super hit shield. Does it start out high and then as the shield is eaten away it lowers it, or is it the other way around? That's what I'm wondering. But it looks like the shield gives you some sort of damage accumulation, and based on that accumulation it increases your attack by that. So yeah, we got to see how that's going to work out and how broken it's going to be. The new tier system has been upgraded for all heroes, and tier 3 potential advancement. Tier 4 advancement can proceed with the following requirements are met. Reach tier 3 or transcendent. That also means that they have to give every character a tier 3 or a transcendent potential. This also explains why we've been getting some characters that get a transcendent skill but don't get a uniform. Let's see, reach level 12, reach level 80, and so basically do all the things that you were doing. Upgrade skills to level 10, so it looks like you can take the skills further too now. So characters are going to get a lot stronger. Anybody that thinks it's not going to be a big gap between tier 3 and tier 4, just from reading this list I can tell you it's not going to be that. Maybe the tier 4 skill isn't as impactful itself as say a transcendent skill or an awakened skill or a tier 3 currently, but in terms of just the power level of the character, the base power, yeah, that's going to be real different. Let's see, the potential can be increased level 12, let's see, by 2 for each rank to maximum of 80. Life Seed, wow, that's interesting language. The Life Seed is celestial technology. So are we gonna be seeing any celestials in the game? We don't have any yet. Hint hint. Essence of Dimension Titan component packs will be consumed upon. Okay, so this new material plus EOD and TCP. And after realizing potential, more experience points can be acquired using the same biometrics for the same heroes, more XP. Okay, so that's actually pretty cool. So let's see, the character gear can be enhanced from 1 to 2. see, Cosmic Cube Fragments, Carbonadium. Okay, so this is interesting. Carbonadium. If you look right here, I got another page up here. It's the Marvel.com page. Shout out to Marvel. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and click on this because this is a very important word. And I know the whole life seed thing in reference to the Celestials is one thing, but this is something completely different because there is one very famous character in Marvel that is associated specifically with carbonadium. There are 4 metals in Marvel. Well, maybe the Redcon may be a little bit different, but those 4 main metals are adamantium, vibranium, osmosium, and those 3 characters are in the game. You got Wolverine and all of his variants, the X-23s and the Sabretooths and all of them, Daken and all of them. And then you have vibranium. Well, that's Captain America. That's Ulysses Claw. That's Black Panther, Killmonger, right? And then you have osmosium, and that's Colossus. His steel skin. The name of that steel is called osmosium. Then you also have carbonadium. And carbonadium, my friends, belongs to, and this is why I'm sorry, but the 250th character has to be this guy. It has to be Omega Red. Those tentacles that he has and all throughout his body is comprised of this metal. Omega Red has carbonadium coils through which he can transmit his ability to drain life energies. So yeah, just wanted to get that to y'all real quick. And this is the end of the video. Now let's keep going, man. But he has to be the 250th character, bro. He has to be. I mean, come on, man. This is like right there in your face. And here's the deal right there. You know what I mean? The Faltine, Soul of the Faltine. That's Dormammu. That's the name of his race, of the Faltine. So yeah, it has to be, man. I mean, that's too big of a hint drop. And to be honest, I think we're gonna get a hero giant boss raid in the game, and it's probably gonna be a Celestial while I'm at it. And that was just like sort of popped into my head right here on stream. So during the recording of these announcements, like a mug. So let's move on. Book of Vishanti. This is a Doctor Strange reference. So yeah, got that going on up in here. I'm also trying to glean what I can see, them doing in the future, because everybody's tier for this and tier for that. These are the materials: the Book of Vishanti, the Life Seed, the Carbonadium, and the Soul of the Faltine. So yeah, the Striker skill will be unlocked. So it looks like you have to equip the Striker, and the Striker is Captain America. So it looks like you can equip one hero as a Striker. A tier 4 hero with a Striker can use a Striker skill. Yeah, and it's going to be based on the power level of the Striker, in question. So if you have a tier 1 versus a tier 2 cap, or a tier 3 cap, or a level 60 versus a level 70, all of that's going to apply here. So that's pretty cool. And then some more information about when the Striker skill is used and what builds it up and all of that jazz. It's going to be the 1st through the 5th skill. It's going to build it up. The tier 3 skill will not charge the Striker skill, but nobody's going to have it day one unless you spend a lot of money. So the more important part of this, how they're changing Giant Boss Raid. So you got the tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 basically. Or level 1, level 2, level 3 Giant Boss Raid. Master Mode's level 1, Galactus level 2, Dormammu level 3. It looks like you can play whoever you want to play every day. So you don't have to wait until Saturday anymore if you're still trying to farm those, or if you're new to the game and you're trying to farm Silver Surfer bios, no more waiting till Saturday for you. The only caveat, and Dormammu is going to cost 40 boost points is what this is all about, and a bunch of this red text, it doesn't matter because the game is already down. So if you've used your characters to do Giant Boss Raid, to do World Boss Legend, you will not be able to use them again until reset tomorrow. Yeah, the number of agents at the start of the Giant Boss Raid battles have been changed from 3 to 1, so you can start with just you in there. So there's no limitations as far as that's concerned. The difficulty of the rewards, the attack patterns, or some of the attack patterns are going to be changed based on the number of people that are participating in the Giant Boss Raid. So that's pretty cool. Type Enhancement Kit, Giant Boss Raid rewards. You got the gold, you got the premium token chest. It looks like they removed the card crafting cubes, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. You do have the Silver Surfer bios, daily limit of 2, so it's still going to take you 2 weeks to farm them. And for those of you that were wondering, yes, you will be able to unlock Dormammu from the Dormammu Giant Boss Raid. So no more spending crystals for him, thank you. And then you get Soul of the Faltine, daily limit of 150, and Book of the Vishanti. They also said something in here about increasing the amount of rewards from World Boss Legend, but we'll get into that a little later. And it looks like they removed some of the CTP rotation from here. Hopefully they increase the drop rate. Daily acquisition of premium comic card tokens acquired during the event until maintenance will not be reset. So no double dipping on the tokens. Let's see, the Legend difficulty has been broken down, so they're doing the same thing here. Legend 1, Legend 2, Legend 3. Same as GBR. With Null, Mephisto, and Ultron is 1, 2, 3. Overall rewards for Mephisto and Infinity Ultron has been increased based on the Legend difficulty. So it doesn't look like they upped the rewards for Null. So that's how that's going to shake out. So whatever we're getting baseline now, it's going to be better to play Mephisto or Ultron. Tier 4 advancement materials, Life Seed, and Carbonadium have been added. Let's see, if you need new materials, please refrain from playing World Boss Legend until after the update. So same thing here. They're not resetting it because of the update. And let's see, here are the rewards. So the tier 2, you got the Black Antimatter and the Norn Stones. You still got the EOD and TCP and the CCF and the books. And then the tier 4 material, they're adding the Life Seed and the Carbonadium in there. Clear tickets and the booty box. CTP Reforging Core for Shield exclusive support reward only. So they remove the CTP Reforging Cores from here, and they remove card crafting cubes from GBR. You got the Mighty CTP of Energy, Mighty CTP of Regeneration, and Mighty CTP of Destruction. Hopefully they increase the drop rates. That's all I can say, because those are regular CTPs over there in GBR. See, it just says CTP times 1 for each round, but it doesn't tell you what the drop rates are. And these are mighty, and it also doesn't tell you what the drop rates are. So we'll have to wait and see in game, I guess, and figure that out, if that's even a thing. The acquisition location of CTP Reforging Core that could not be acquired from World Boss Legend has been changed to Dimension Rifts. And I believe they said the same thing here for GBR. The acquisition of card crafting cubes has been changed to Dimension Rifts. So Dimension Rifts are going to be a thing now. We've got an extra thing to farm. Great. Play 3 card Monte Rithra rewards and call it more. All I know is they better be increasing the drop rates on all of these rewards that they're moving around. Search for First Potential has been improved to proceed faster. That's great. It's not going to take as long to get from tier 2 to tier 3. Hopefully they did the same thing from Gears 20 to 25 in terms of resources. Got the Iron Man, increased basic damage dealt to bosses by 25%. That's gonna be big for him. 20% all dodge. So that looks to be like the Spider-Man passive. Here we go again. When using HP Steel buff, applies to self, increase all basic attack by 10%. Why couldn't they just give him something like this? You know? Or, I don't know. 10% is like negligible. It stacks up to 70% on a 3-second cooldown. It's up to 15 seconds, but I don't know. We gotta see. Hopefully it's huge, especially considering that they gave him damage accumulation and the crit rate exceed thing. So, you know, we gotta wait and see. And along with that whopping 25% chain hit, yeah, we really gotta see. Robbie Reyes, let's see, Flame Allies. Applies to Flame Allies, so they're doubling down on his support ability. Fire damage by 30%, and fire resist by an additional 0.5% up to 200%. Increase fire damage by another 15%, an additional 0.2% up to 200%. So that could be pretty strong for Robbie. Let's see, Wasp applies to all allies. She gives a 10% heal. That's not bad. For Nova, he's got some decreased damage received and ignore non-boss damage by 15%. So those look pretty good, actually. Let's see, the Future Pass looks to be pretty standard stuff. I'm getting that. We've got a new uniform collection. We got the magic tag being added to Baron Mordo. Okay, improvements to inventory typing, go button, ISO, gear, and enhanced rules. So some quality of life changes. And the role of supporter has been added to Wong. Okay, so you can look him up by the support tag now. And the name of the following has been, okay, so they changed the name of Potential Realization Ticket to First Potential Realization Ticket and Superior First Potential Realization Ticket. But the function is the same, and you can't use it for the second potential realization. And the AR feature for Alliance Tournament and Alliance Conquest will no longer be supported. And Arabic, the language in the game, will no longer be supported. So that sucks for all of the Arabic players and the Middle Eastern players. So shout out to y'all, man. Hashtag Netmarble, bring Arabic back to the game. And that's pretty much it. The biggest takeaway for me, that whole Life Seed thing and the whole Carbonadium thing, that's where I'm at with it, man. It's like, bro, really? We Life Seed and Carbonadium? So we're just gonna we just gonna throw the reference out there to Celestials. And like I said, man, that could be that whole Life Seed, that could be a reference to Apocalypse getting a uniform because he uses celestial technology. But the Carbonadium is definitely a reference to Omega Red. So hopefully we'll be getting him. And just to give you guys a quick little rundown of a list that I was thinking about for 10 minutes or so. You got Franklin Richards, Starbrand, various members of the Shi'ar Imperial Guard like Oracle and Warstar, and Nightshade, Polaris, Havoc, members of the X-Force like Forge and Strong Guy and Wolfsbane and Jimmy Madrox and all of them. You got members of Department H, Team Alpha Flight, Vindicator, Maverick, Silver Fox, Silver Sable, Blink, and that's just on the heroes that I could think of. And then you got Kang, Annihilus, Cassandra Nova, the Beyonder or the Beyonders, Gore the God Butcher, who we know is coming in the or speculate is coming in the Love and Thunder update. Super Skrull, the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. And I'm talking about the original 4 Horsemen, not these other cats that wound up becoming horsemen later. I'm talking about the OGs. Famine, Pestilence, War, them cats. Hellfire Club members, Sebastian Shaw, Jason Wingard, Pierce, the Stepford Cuckoos, character that's in the game but's not playable yet. M'Baku, the Man-Ape. You also got Onslaught, right? And then you got Omega Red. What all of these characters have in common is they are not in the game. Yeah, there are more popular characters than Omega Red, but last time I checked, they did that poll of, what was it, about 2 years ago at this point. And Omega Red was on that list, and he wasn't at the bottom of characters that you would like to see come to the game. So yeah, it only makes sense that we see stuff like this in reference to and a hold on and wait a minute for the next character. The last update for the last character that we just got was a mutant. So, and that was Echo, and that was months ago. So I could definitely see them trying to get all of this lined up and everything before they dropped a character like Omega Red and the 250 thing, because they wanted to be just the right amount of saffron on that Joker. Yeah, man, it's been a pleasure hanging out with y'all and giving you my thoughts. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments below, especially about who the 250th character is, especially considering this information. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.